Movie explanation. This movie is based on brother and sister relationship, which was released in the year 2017. Name of the film will be released later in the video itself, so without wasting time, watch the full episode. Traveling together in a train. The man is Oliver, who is a filmmaker, and the lady next to him is his girlfriend. He wakes up and goes to wash his face. There he meets a journalist, who wants to take his interview for his upcoming film. Oliver starts talking to him when his girlfriend arrives. She laughs during the interview when he asks her to go back to seat. She gets angry and get back to her seat. Next we see them inside home. The girl is taking shower and Oliver is watching videos in the internet. He is surfing a website where he is shocked to see a clip of his sister. Then he goes to take shower too. After that he thinks about her again. Now Oliver goes to meet his sister Aurora in her city. She is ready to go out with her friend, but she finds out his brother waiting outside for her. She gets very happy after seeing him, as they did not meet since very long time. She takes him out with her. During the journey she asks him why he took so long. He tells her he was in very bad condition in Los Angeles. They reach Aurora's mother home. Aurora is very happy to see him, but Oliver is leaving from outside only. She asks him to take her car, as she will use her mother's car. He takes the car and promises to come back for lunch one day. In the evening Oliver enjoys party with Aurora and her friends. At night he thinks about his sister while his girlfriend calls him, but he misses the call. Next morning Aurora visits him and cut his hair, during which he asks her about her boyfriend. She tells him she has a boyfriend and things are great. Then Oliver, Aurora and her mother sit and have lunch together. Next we see the mother talking to Aurora in car. She tells her your brother is selfish. He always comes and goes in our life like a ghost. Aurora defends her brother and says she will meet him regularly until he is here. Next we see Aurora receives a parcel. She goes to her room and checks out what's inside. Then we are introduced with the fact that Oliver has installed a secret camera on her room, and he is keeping a watch on her regularly. He watches a particular segment where Aurora and her boyfriend Carlos are together. Carlos tries to do it with her, but she stops him. She says she does not feel like doing it with him, because he does the same thing like a robot. Carlos gets angry at her and goes away. Next Aurora goes to a party, where her friend tells her that her brother is very good looking. After some time she receives a call from Oliver. He tells her he is also in a party and invites her. She says she cannot leave this party like that, but she wanted to be with him. After having some drinks she is on the dance floor, where Carlos is trying to be naughty with her, but she strictly keeps him away. He gets mad at her, but she gets even more pissed off and leaves the party right away. Then she goes straight to her brother Oliver. She finds him out in the party. After seeing her he becomes extremely happy. They have a few drinks together and dance wildly. Then they get into other substances as well. Aurora becomes high and in a moment both of them gives each other a sweet candy. After the party gets over, Oliver gets back home and start watching Aurora again. He then call her. He asks forgiveness for what happened between them. She replies it is all right. Then she tells him she is getting nervous because of exams. He suggests her to enjoy her life a bit. She tells him she tried to call him many times before, but she did not. She thought it will be boring for you. Oliver tells her I am your brother, you can call me whenever you wish. Then she goes to sleep. Next morning Oliver is taking bath, during which someone knocks on the door. He goes to open the door and gets surprised to find Aurora outside. She let him inside and tells her he is very happy. He tells her we will go for lunch. She agrees and Oliver goes to get dressed up. Meanwhile she finds out his handicap. She plays a clip of a girl with no cloths. Next we see them sitting in a restaurant. She tells him that I don't talk to Carlos now, I don't like him anymore, but I don't know how to tell him. Oliver tells her to say the truth and break up with him. She tells him it's not that easy. She was getting sad. Oliver lifts up the mood and makes her laugh, which she really liked. Then she asks him about his girlfriend. He tells her he is totally alone. She hesitates a bit, but she asks him about the girl in the video. He replies she was his girlfriend before. She asks her why you shoot that video. He replies we like this kind of stuff, shooting such videos outdoors. She smiles listening to this, as she also likes this type of men, not robots like Oscar. She says she likes being filmed. Oliver takes her back to his room and shows her the camera recordings, which he installed in her room. She gets uncomfortable looking at this, then she confronts her. Why you recorded me? He says I always recorded you, Aurora. She yells at him that I am your sister. Oliver says so what. She leaves his room and goes back. Next morning she relaxes and takes sunbath with her friend. She tells her she is going to plan a picnic in nature, but Aurora tells her she is not talking to Oscar anymore. Her friend tells her to bring Oliver to make up the number. Aurora agrees instantly. At night we see her in her room finding the camera. After she spots the camera, she do not remove it. Rather, she takes Carlos inside and do it in front of the camera so that Oliver can see it. Next morning we see them in picnic, all of them sitting and enjoying the talks. Aurora goes to pee while her friends talks to Oliver. Oliver also gets up and goes to Aurora. He right away grabs her and hugs her forcefully. She pushes him away and slaps him. Oliver asks her why you left the camera on. You like me watching you. She then instantly grabs him and we have a beautiful scene. One of her friends come looking for them. Then they leaves the place and finishes off the remaining work inside car. After that Aurora sits in disbelief because they just did the forbidden thing. Next she asks him to drop her home. As she gets inside home, her mother grabs her and starts beating her badly. She grabs her by hair and locks her in her room. Next day we see Oliver going home. Carlos is already looking for him outside the house. He follows Oliver, enters the room and hit him with baseball bat. He then breaks his camera as well. Next morning she is studying in college, while her friends talks about her, that she can do it with anyone. She cannot even leave his brother. Here Oliver brings new projector to watch Aurora. He calls her phone which her mother picks up. She warns him to stay away from Aurora now. She says you are a pervert. If I find you here I will kill you. Then she goes to talk to her daughter. Oliver listens to the conversation. She tells Aurora that he is using you. She replies, I am an adult. I want to go to Los Angeles with him. Her mom says you are sick. He is your brother. She yells at her mother. Next morning we see her playing in extreme anger. Her mother sent her for a mental therapy as she thinks she is mentally ill. Psychiatrist asks her questions about Oliver. He tells her you are just a challenge for him. He likes to break the rules and you are one of the rules. While taking her back home, she tells her Oliver is mentally ill. Stay away from him. Aurora looks for the right moment and runs away, leaving the car and her mom. She gets to Oliver's home and confronts him. He tells her he tried to contact her but could not. She finds her friend inside his room and started fighting. Friend also fought back and gives her bad names. She gets out of the house, leaving both of them alone. She tells him everything which the psychiatrist told her. She says you are dark and always cheat people. That's why you are alone. Leave me forever. She goes away. At night she sits in front of camera in bra, cut her cloths, but then she takes the camera and put it upside down so that he cannot see it. Movie ends here. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe us and like the video to watch more.